From Raider Valley on the campus of Walton High School, it is the Soccer Down Here Games of the Week. It is a doubleheader. First off, it is the girls' side. It is Walton hosting top-ranked in the state of Georgia, top-ranked nationally, the Hoyas of Harrison. Walton coming in with a record of 9-5, 4-2 in region. They're ranked top 20 here in the state of Georgia, going up against the Hoyas, coming in with a record of 13-0. They've only given up 6 goals in those 13 matches so far this season. And alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson, and it is going to be a fun one on a bunch of different levels. You've got depth of scoring across the board. You've got a lot of star power here. And after the anthem and after lineups, we will come back and lay it all out for you. Walton and Harrison, match 1 of the doubleheader here. The Soccer Down Here Games of the Week. We'll be back in just a bit.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA is a national nonprofit working to transform youth and high school sports so that every child has a positive character-building youth sports experience. PCA provides live and online workshops to train double-goal coaches whose first goal is winning and whose second, more important goal is teaching life lessons through sports. PCA also has workshops for parents and high school student-athletes. For more information, please visit positivecoach.org.
What does the 50th anniversary of Title IX mean? It means I'm valued, I'm empowered, I can do anything. It means I'll pave the way for every girl who plays high school sports in the future, just like every female student, coach, official, and administrator blazed the trail for me, because every student deserves the opportunity to play. Encourage girls you know to participate in Georgia high school sports.
This message presented by the GHSA and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, with no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the GHSA and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back to Raider Valley. It is time for the Soccer Down Here matches of the week, starting off on the girls' side with Walton hosting the top-ranked nationally, Harrison Hoyas. Once again, Harrison coming in with a record of 13-0, 5-0 in region. And for Walton, they come in with a record of 9-5, 4-2 in region. Last time that these two teams met, it was a very short time ago, and it was only a 1-0 result back on the 11th, where it was a late chance for Walton hitting the bar for the chance at an equalizer, but it ends up being 1-0. And traditionally, with this matchup, 3 times in recent form, Walton has lost to Harrison by the score of 1-0, 2 of them on free kicks. And alongside me, John Nelson, Jason Longshore. Jason, this one's going to be a fun one.
It's always a good one when these two meet up and when you have the number one team in the country on hand. Excited to see how Harrison looks and how Walton tries to build on that really close match last time out. For Harrison, keep an eye on number 12, Erin Houston, 15 goals on the season, 6 assists. Everything runs through her. On the Walton side, it's going to be a 4-3-3, and try to get the lineups in while the teams are getting ready to kick off. For Walton, number 2, McKenna Jenkins. Number 3, Becca Payton. Number 4, Brooke Dean. Number 5, Molly Chapman. Number 18, Carmen Cook. Number 20, Ellie Shad. Number 21, Addie Primack. Number 22, Emma Graham. Number 32, Ava McMasters. Goalkeepers, number 54, Elora Niederpume. And number 72, Claire McInnes for the home side. For Harrison, number 1, Bailey Rouse in goal. Number 5, Abby Hayberg. Number 6, Shelby Walling. Number 7, Addison Watt. Number 9, Dylan Daniels. Number 10, Maddie Harris. 12 is Erin Houston. 14 is Delaney Kewen. 17 is Sam Jewell. 20 is Sarah Houston. And 24 is Reese Bronner, and we're underway.
As you picture the match in your mind's eye, it is Harrison in their road whites with the green numbers. They are working their way in the first 40 minutes from right to left. Walton in their dress reds with the blue trim red socks, and they are working their way from left to right. 20 seconds in, we've got our first throw here. It's going to be Harrison working their way forward down the left-hand side. Intended for Erin Houston. Houston working her way nicely up through with Maddie Harris. Maddie Harris into the middle and back to the outside. Once again, Erin Houston. Jason mentioned everything going through Erin Houston. Houston about 30 yards away from goal. Shielded nicely there by the Walton defense. It ends up in the hands of Elo Niederpruem. And we're coming back the other way with the Raiders.
Great look from Houston trying to hit the through ball to the back post. Didn't have an opportunity to go to goal herself, but nearly set up an opportunity.
Once down the left-hand side, weaving their way through the defense and touched and saved and goes over the bar, hit the football crossbar. First big chance goes to Walton only a minute and 10 seconds in.
Quick break after the turnover. Houston's through ball doesn't find a teammate. Walton immediately down the left side. Shot from distance, caught Bailey Rouse by surprise, but she was able to recover, get a hand to it, and push it over the goalpost, over the crossbar, onto the football goalpost. Corner kick on the near side for Harrison.
Ellie Shad will take
for Walton.
Shad sends it in with the right, looking toward top of the sixth, up and over everybody. Cleared away by Harrison. Sarah Houston, the younger sister of Erin Houston, the leading scorer for Harrison with the first touch. Defended once again by Sam Giel that time for Harrison, and it's going to be a throw for the Raiders. Into the third minute. These two region rivals, Walton and Harrison, the first of a doubleheader here. Sent in toward the top of the box. A couple of big hops, and it ends up being a throw for Walton. They'll try it again. Volleyed forward. Once again, Erin Houston tries to work with it with her younger sister. Heads to Addie Watt. Watt all the way over to the right-hand side. Double team, works it back toward the middle, looking to spring Aaron
What a
Houston.
through ball.
And they do. Aaron Houston all alone tries to cut it back onto her right, has the chance and easy save right on, read all the way that time by Niederpruem. First big chance for Harrison.
Ends up being a comfortable save, but the through ball to spring Aaron Houston perfectly weighted. Houston maybe rushed the shot just a little bit.
McKenna Jenkins tries to weave her way through. Looks like we're going to get a foul called on Harrison. It's going to be a set piece from about 45 yards away for Walton here on the foul by the Hoyas. So Becca Payton will be the one to take for Walton. She'll move it back a couple of yards, and she'll reset it. So from about 45, fairly square, sending it inside the 6, right there, easy grab by Bailey Rouse.
Ends up being comfortable for Rouse. No attackers inside that 6-yard box to make it difficult for her to get to it.
Rouse will send it forward, flick, but Walton once again is there to take care of it. Addie Primack with her first touch. Looking down the right-hand side for Brooke Dean. Too much, it'll be a throw for Harrison.
Yeah, too much for Dean to get on the end of. Good look to try to open the game up down the right side, though.
Aaron Houston has her younger sister in front, well defended, but Harrison will come back quickly with it. Sarah Houston now looking to switch to the right, and she does. McKenna Jenkins defending for Walton. Harrison pulls it back just a little bit, looking for the through ball one more time. Touch was there to interrupt the idea by Harrison. Well done by Walton that time for another chance. But they can't quite control it, working their way up with Brooke Dean. It'll be a throw from about 35 yards away for Harrison. Sarah Houston trying to dribble away from the Walton pressure. Sent back a little bit. Chested down nicely. And the flag is up offside on the younger Houston sister, Sarah, who has 5 goals to her credit this year in her first season for Harrison, as we're now in the 6th minute. Carmen Cook will start things for Walton. Sending it down the right channel. Too much for Emma Graham, and here comes Harrison again. Looking to send it forward with the left. It ends up going out. It ends up for a throw for Walton. Dylan Daniels looking to the younger Houston sister, Sarah. Aaron Houston working her way down the left-hand side. 2 defenders there for Walton, keeping an eye, so she sends it centrally to Maddie Harris. Harris dribbles left-hand side, takes a big hop, and it's easy grab once again for Niederpruem for the second chance here in the 7th minute.
Long-range shot there from Harris. Takes a little bit of a skip. You never know with all the rain that we've had, the surface is going to be a little slick at times. You hit that hard shot low, can pick up some pace coming into the goalkeeper. Well handled that time.
Intercepted by Harrison. Here they come. Working their way through. It was Dylan Daniels looking for Aaron Houston. Too much on it. And Elo Niederpruem is there once again. Now, you mentioned the surface. Took the chance to walk on the surface down here at Raider Valley when we got here about an hour before kick. And it did have its ideas of slickness attached to it. So I think you're right on there that you take a shot from distance, it takes an interesting skip, and you've really got to pay attention to it if you're the keepers here. Sent in, but blocked forward. Chasing after it is Harrison. We'll see who they say touches it last. It's going to be a corner kick for Harrison, their first opportunity here in the 8th minute.
Attempted clearance, a little wayward there, so a set-piece opportunity on the far side for the Hoyas. Will be an outswinger away from the goal. Lots of opportunities here on the back post if they can pick out a target.
Looks like Addie Watt is going to take it. Looks like she's heading toward the 6. Headed in off the crossbar.
It's headed off the football goal post, so it's another corner. Same spot.
So Addie Watt will wind it up again. Let's see what the sophomore has in mind the second time. Lower trajectory this time. Attempted volley by Aaron Houston. It goes wide. It'll be a goal kick.
Shocked no one went with Aaron Houston as she kind of found the space over on the near post for that corner. No one followed her. Tried to take that out of the air. Wasn't able to catch it clean, but it feels like Aaron Houston starting to find her way into this match.
First substitution for Jason Page on the afternoon. Haley Schutz, the freshman, comes in. She's now taking over for Ava McMasters. And there's the pressure from Harrison. It was 2-on-1, but it was last touched by Harrison. It's going to be a quick throw for the Raiders. Brooke Dean sends it forward, backtracking well as Harrison defensively. Trying to collar it so it doesn't go out for a deep throw. Harrison does exactly that. Sent forward looking for Maddie Harris in the middle. Harris can't control. Brooke Dean now turns away from trouble. Tries to send it forward, but Harrison was there. Once again, it was the younger sister, Sarah, who's trying to track it down. She can't. Walton will carry it once again from left to right. McKenna Jenkins forward with the left, but back there defending nicely, Delaney Kewen with her first touch. And here comes Harrison, building out of the back. Maddie Harris, right in the middle, down the right-hand side, looking for Abby Hayberg, the freshman. Too much there. It's going to be a throw for Walton, but a good idea by Harrison.
Good look from Harris there on the swing over to the right side. Too much on it, but Harrison picks up the ball again in the attacking half.
Once again, it's the Houston sisters up top. Sarah was looking for Aaron, too much on it, and it's going to go back to Walton. Jason, you mentioned Aaron Houston with her 15 goals on the season. Sarah with her 5. One thing to look at here from the output from both of these teams is the balance. You have 14 different goal scorers for Harrison this season, and you have 13 for Walton coming into this match. Maddie Harris. Good through ball looking for Aaron Houston. She'll track it down. Cuts it back on her right, sends it in top of the 6th. Chance to spin is there. Can't quite control it after that first touch cleared by Walton.
Harrison's consistently been looking for that through ball to Aaron Houston. They finally connect that time, but good recovery defending from Walton. They're trying to spring a counter.
Looking for Molly Chapman to start things. Over to the right-hand side. Nice ball by Ellie Shadd toward the top of the box. Chested down, and it's a close call for Harrison. Almost ends up as a dangerous own goal. Backtracking Bailey Rouse to keep it scoreless.
Yeah, not sure if that was chested down as much as it was kneed. Nearly beats her own goalkeeper. Rouse has to scramble back to recover.
Rouse sends it away, headed center circle by Walton. Brooke Dean now in possession for the Raiders. Back to Ellie Shadd. Shadd tries to send it down the right-hand side. It ends up going out. It'll be a throw for Harrison here in the 13th minute.
Harrison's been consistently trying to work this left side for their attack. That's where Aaron Houston is. But they're trying to open up space for runners over here on this side. Turnover and an opportunity for Walton now.
Graham looking to Brooke Dean. Through ball. Being chased by Molly Chapman. That's going to end up being last touched by Harrison. Deep throw over on the far side for Walton. Trying to work quickly. Sent away by Hayberg of Harrison. Big hop, but it is controlled by Walton on the second bounce. Sending it all the way back. And here come the Raiders once again. Can't quite control it, so Addie Watt will take it. Tried to spring the attack forward on the right. She couldn't do it, so the back and forth continues. Now Walton with it. About 30 yards from goal. Into the middle. Ellie Shadd. Is one of the Houston sisters there. Well done defending that time by Harrison to keep that charge from happening down the right-hand side, and it was the older sister, Aaron Houston.
Good defensive work from Houston, more than just a goal scorer. Seen her try to create opportunities for others as well tonight, but that tracking back and defensive work, complete player right there, Aaron Houston.
Foul called on Walton, so it'll be a free kick just on the Harrison side of center line. Delaney Kewen sending it forward, but right into Walton possession. 3 quick touches, and on the break are the Raiders. Brooke Dean trying to work her way down the right-hand side. Well defended that time by Shelby Walling, the junior. Sent away. It'll be a throw once again for Walton, but backtracking very, very well, Harrison, to keep that charge from happening.
Those 3 quick touches were from 2 different players. Combination play from Walton sprung a chance down the right. Everything's being played on our near side of the pitch.
Sent away by Harrison. Claire McInnes will track it down for Walton. She'll send it all the way back to Niederprohm.
Walton attacking down the right, Harrison attacking down the left. Very busy on this side.
Ellie Shad sending it forward, sending it all the way down. And Bailey Rouse will scoop it up. And Harrison gets to try it again here in the 14th minute. First game of a doubleheader here between these 2 big region rivals. Harrison, both top-ranked nationally on the boys and the girls' sides. Very rare in the state of Georgia. And there are a lot of teams in the spring poll that are in the top 20 out of the state of Georgia. Walton just outside the top 20. Tracking it down here on the right-hand side was Brooke Dean. Once again, well defended that time by Harrison, and it'll be a throw for the Hoyas. Dean getting in the way of the throw. Sends it away, so it'll be just gaining about 15 yards for the throw for the Hoyas. He was there the second time, sent away, well defended once again by Walton. And here comes Brooke Dean again. Dean finding Emma Graham down the right-hand side. Sends it in, defended well. It's going to be a corner here on the near side for Walton once again.
Great ball from Dean to Graham down the right side. Cross gets blocked, corner from the near side. We'll see how this one is going to be played by Walton. Looks like a outswinger away from the goal. 5 players around the top of the 18 to the penalty spot.
Ellie Shad sends it in. Looking back post, headed up and over the bar. Another close call that time, but it'll be a goal kick. Well worked for Walton, but it just misses over the crossbar.
Header from Dean just over the bar. Very close there as goalkeeper goes up for it. Rouse doesn't get a touch. Maybe she had it covered, but scrambling back a little bit, just a floated header that nearly found the back of the net.
Walton gains possession quickly off of the goal kick. Bounced into the corner. Harrison trying to regain possession. Heavy touch. It's going to be a throw for Walton. We're about 25 yards away. Substitution coming in for Walton. The first appearance of Katie Jamison on the year. The junior will appear. And it looks like Molly Chapman will be subbed out. Jamison on the season, 3 goals, 3 assists, is a part of the balanced scoring that we were talking about for Walton so far. Quickly done. First touch sent in toward the top of the box. 2 Harrison defenders are there as they were chasing it, as was Rouse. Sent away, and it's going to be a throw over on the far side now for Walton. Throw in defended by the Hoyas, but picked up by Walton, launched from about 35. Continues, through ball is in there, well defended and shielded so Bailey Rouse could get there. The other chance for Walton goes by the wayside here in the 18th.
Raiders trying to combine around the top of the 18 to get an opportunity. Doesn't come off. Good defending, good use of the body there by Delaney Kewen.
Harrison tried to send it forward, but once again you see double teaming on anyone with the last name of Houston so far in this match by the Walton defense. Could be Aaron, could be Sarah, and you're going to see 2 of those red jerseys right there as quickly as that ball is sent their way. Pulling it back, Addie Watt. Give to Sam Giel. Watt now, working her way down the left-hand side. Has Sarah Houston. They were looking for Aaron Houston. Couldn't quite get there. Coming back, it is Walton. Once again, it's Brooke Dean sending it down the right-hand side. Saved, it looks like, by Jamison, but they're going to say she didn't quite save it after her first touch. It's going to be a throw for Harrison.
Didn't have enough room to keep that one in. Jamison. Good look from Dean. Every time Harrison tries to attack down the left, Walton immediately tries to reply behind their back down the right.
Throw intended for Aaron Houston. Houston can't control it, so it will end up going to Walton very, very quickly here. Here in the 19th minute, Walton and Harrison. Match 1 of 2 here on the Soccer Down Here Games of the Week. Live from Raider Valley. Thanks for hanging out with us, however you are doing so, on the Soccer Down Here app, available iOS and Android, and on the website, soccerdownhere.net. Part of our high school schedule that we've had here, wayward past that time by Walton, as they were trying to work it down the left-hand side. It's going to be a throw for the Hoyas. Only a couple weeks left in the regular season for soccer here in the state of Georgia. Then we get into the playoffs. Sent in, looking to send a player right down the middle, and it ends up well defended that time by Sam Giel, in control all the way, looking for Molly Chapman. Bailey Rouse will cover it up for the Hoyas.
Giel had that sealed off the whole way, played it back to her goalkeeper. Nicely played by Giel.
Once again, the defense for Harrison tries to send it away, but Walton continuing their relentless pressure offensively. About 25 yards from goal, Molly Chapman cuts it back to the inside. And once again, that very, very quick passing to maintain possession. We've seen a lot of that here in the first 20 minutes or so. Pass took a big skip as it was headed into the 18. Harrison will come back the other way with it. And in the middle, Sarah Houston, the freshman. Over to Addie Watt. Her pass intercepted. Well read that time by the Walton defense. Raiders up and over, trying to spring a player. And off the crossbar, the chance was there by Katie Jamison. That close to the 4th goal on the year, but we're still goalless. Harrison having to scramble to clear, and they finally do.
Ball over the top. Jamison took it off the hop. Beat Rouse, but couldn't beat the crossbar.
The halfway point gives us another chance there for Walton. And they've had the majority of the offensive chances that have been that close to goals here in the first 20 minutes of this match.
First 10 minutes or so felt like Harrison was in control. They weren't getting the chances they were looking for, but Aaron Houston was looking dangerous at times. Second 10 minutes of the first half has been all Walton, and here they come again.
Shoots working it forward, but intercepted. Addie Watt trying to work it down the right-hand side, looking for Sarah Houston to chase. And back come the Raiders. Working it down the left-hand side. Intended pass by Katie Jamison intercepted. Here comes Harrison. No foul there. They're going to continue the play. But Harrison ends up with possession once again. In toward the middle. Maddie Harris. Right on the W logo right there at center circle. Aaron Houston now. Double teamed. Tries to get around 2 defenders. Tries to get around 2 more. Can't get around the third. And it's sent away by Walton.
Houston nutmegged the first one. Couldn't get past the second defender in that double stack. And here come the Raiders.
Jamison with the pass on the right-hand side to Emma Graham. Graham tries to send it into the 18, blocked, but it is right back to her. Heavy touch by Jamison again, but once again, Jamison and Graham working down the right-hand side. Graham tries to work her way inside the 18, knocked away, and it's going to be another corner. The third one here on the near side. Once again, it'll be taken by Ellie Shedd.
Graham creating some havoc down the right side for Walton. Couple of corners she's earned. Raiders sending numbers forward. Last time
They looked for the header about 10 yards from goal. We'll see what they have in mind.
Shad looking back post, headed up into the air. Easy grab for Bailey Rouse.
Too much air on that header. It's easy for Rouse to grab inside her 6-yard box. No pressure on her.
24th minute here in Raider Valley. We are scoreless. Not a lot of goals traditionally between these two region rivals. And we'll see what happens this time out. Once again, the pressure by Walton on Harrison defensively. Another throw for the Raiders. Flicked on down the left-hand side. It's going to be ushered out over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Harrison. Substitutions coming in for Harrison. First appearance for number 18, Peyton Ryan. Also, Rowan Gross will be coming in for her first appearance. Getting a breather, Maddie Harris. Two straight headers by Walton as they try to keep possession in the middle of the pitch, and they do not. But the wayward pass, once again looking for Aaron Houston, creates another chance for Walton charging down about 40 yards from goal. Well defended that time by Harrison, and they're going to come back the other way. Aaron Houston looks to send it down the left-hand side, but once again, well defended that time by Walton. Sent away, but not all the way out. Houston about 40 yards from goal. Working back with Dylan Daniels. And here comes Walton once again. Backtracking nicely, Sarah Houston, the freshman, but it ends up with Raiders in possession. Pass has a lot on it, trying to make sure that Molly Chapman could have a run down the right-hand side. Couldn't catch up to it. It's going to be a throw for Harrison. 15 minutes to go here, first half. Sam Giel sending it toward Addie Watt. Watt with the left. Finds Aaron Houston. Houston double team, finds her sister. But once again, two defenders there, right there. McKenna Jenkins there to get the ball for Walton, but the pass coming back the other way, too much on it. The back and forth continues. It ends up once again with Niederpruem. And Walton will try it again.
Quite a bit. These teams are canceling each other out in the middle third of the pitch. Two good midfields on display. Another turnover to Harrison.
Molly Chapman's pass picked off by Harrison, but once again, back and forth is there with Aaron Houston. Looking for Watt. Not enough on it for Watt to get there first. Sent away by Schutz. And it's going to be a throw for Harrison. Substitution for the Hoyas. Maddie Mitchell, the senior, will come in. And Addie Watt will get a bit of a breather for the Hoyas. Coming in for Walton, Brooke Dean. She will be replacing Addie Primack.
Dean moving over to the left side of the pitch, too. She was jogging on the touchline while she was out. Maybe a question about a possible injury, but she's good to go to come back in.
Addie Watt, double-teamed over on the far side. Last touched by Walton in that double team, so it's going to be another throw for Harrison as we're now under 13 and a half to go in the first half. Going for the long throw inside the 18, off the shoulder. Trying to get there are the Houston sisters, one touching it, then the other. First it was Aaron, then it was Sarah. Sarah with it now. Sending it back to Reese Bronner for her first touch. Watt with possession, now just inside the 18, sweeps it with the left, but an easy grab by Niederpruem.
Curling effort to the back post, easy for Niederpruem. She tries to quick start the counter with a roll out to her right back.
Shad to Chapman. Trying it again is Ellie Shad. Too much on it as she was looking for Molly Chapman. It's going to be a throw for the Hoyas and Maddie Mitchell. 3-on-3, won by Harrison. Sarah Houston looking to turn. She ends up going toward the middle of the field. Cuts it back nicely with her left. And a foul is going to be called as Addie Watt was bumped about 30 yards, a little more than 30 yards away from goal. So it'll be a free kick, and it looks like Dylan Daniels might be the one to take it for Harrison with 12 minutes to go first half.
Good work by Sarah Houston. Patience, wasn't anything there for her. Cut back to her left, played it in to Watt. Watt knew that Becca Payton was challenging closely, drew the contact, and earns a free kick from a little over 30 yards out.
Sent in, right on, tried to go with the short hop, but well read that time by Niederpruem for the save, and she'll go for the quick outlet down the left-hand side. Chasing after it, Katie Jamison. She gets there second, as defending was Shelby Walling. And it's going to be a throw-in for Harrison.
Looked like Jamison might have gotten her arm up as she was charging into that. Came off of Jamison's arm, so it'll be a free kick for Harrison rather than the throw.
Here comes Harrison, headed away by Becca Payton. But Harrison looking to charge back on their own. Well read that time by the Hoyas, but defended by Shad. Ushered forward looking for Emma Graham. There was too much on it. It's going to be a throw for the Hoyas and Maddie Mitchell once again. Erin Houston. Defended tightly by Molly Chapman. Gives to her sister Sarah.
Great turn.
Too much on that particular pass. And grabbed by Walton, but Ellie Shad can't do anything with it, can't find a partner, so it's going to be a throw for Harrison in the attacking third. 3 Walton players all around. Sarah Houston, well defended, but sent away. It's just going to end up being a deeper throw from about 40 yards or so from goal. Double teamed once again on the throw, but here comes Harrison. Shepherded off the ball. Shad sends it forward towards center line, headed back. A lot of collisions. Walton trying to come away with it. Emma Graham, she has it. She'll turn to Molly Chapman. Back to Graham. Her pass deflected. Walton keeps possession. Chasing after it, McKenna Jenkins. But once again, here comes Harrison. The back and forth continuing. Down the left-hand side. Great ball to Erin Houston. What can she do with it here? 2 Walton players coming quickly to defend. Sent in toward the top of the 6th. No one there initially, but shepherded away that time by McKenna Jenkins. And it's going to be a throw for the Hoyas.
The ball from Dylan Daniels to spring Erin Houston. Absolutely perfect. Houston still had a lot to do. Pushed up against the end line. Cuts across back. Nobody there to get their boot to it.
Throw by Harrison, headed away. They're going to try it again, that much, about 5 yards closer to the corner flag. Sent into the 18. Flicked header back. Easy grab for Niederpruem. Outlet. Shad. Down the right-hand side. Looking to spring Katie Jamison. But there to defend were 3 Harrison players. Hoyas with possession right up against the touchline here on the near side. Walton trying to calm things down in possession. Can't quite do it. Here comes Harrison. Middle of the pitch. It's Addie Watt. Looking for a target. Can't find it. Knocked away. Well done that time by Walton. But the outlet pass, tried to spring a player down the center channel. Knocked away. And here comes Delaney Kewen once again for Harrison. A lot of back and forth, a lot of great defending in tight spaces, and Walton doing their best to make sure that no one named Houston is going to get anything, any kind of a clean look on net here in the first 40 minutes. Shad for Walton tries to send it down the right-hand side. Well defended there by Erin Houston. It's going to be a throw for Harrison.
Defensive work earned a turnover from Erin Houston. Shad unable to get that outlet pass down the flank.
Mitchell to Houston. Sent into the middle looking for Watt. Scooped by Emma Graham. Looking toward the middle, looking for Molly Chapman. Chapman sends it into the middle. Contact there, no foul called, none needed. As McKenna Jenkins is there, and she'll win possession back for Walton. Walton working their way down the left-hand side. Looking, easy grab, but it was spilled and picked back up. You thought he had it, and it was pulled down by Rouse. Rouse initially had it, lost it, got it back, and will hang on to it with under 7 to go.
Wasn't that easy of a grab with a player crashing on the back post, and Rouse heard the footsteps, was able to pounce on the rebound, but unsure hands with that player coming from her back that she didn't see.
Molly Chapman now for Walton. Good head fake that time by Graham to maintain possession. Working her way down the right-hand side, wants to cut it inside the 18. She does. Well cut off that time by Bailey Rouse near post.
That's great from Rouse, coming off of her line, coming out to the edge of the 6, reading that the whole way and knowing she can get there first.
Coming up on 6 minutes to go here, first half. No surprise, no goals on the board with these two rivals and the tight matches that they play in their history. Sarah Houston tried to work her way down the right-hand side, turning around Claire McInnes. She lost the handle, and it's going to be a throw for the Raiders.
Walton doing a good job of just standing up the dribblers from Harrison, forcing them side to side, not letting them go north-south, but not diving in for challenges either.
Trying to work their way down the left. It's Brooke Dean. It's sent away by Harrison once again. Erin Houston tries to head it to her sister, but Walton's back line of 3 is there. Long ball up and over the top. Big bounce was there as the outlet for Katie Jamison ends up being just a little too much. And Rouse will get there for Harrison.
After a pretty good flurry where Walton was building up plays, getting into the final third with some passing, they're back to looking for that ball over the top, mixing up their entries into the attacking third.
Harrison just trying to do the same thing with Maddie Mitchell, looking for Erin Houston on that last possession. Walton coming back with it. Now they're about 40 yards from goal. And they lose possession. Here comes Harrison again. On the sprint, Sarah Houston ends up getting their second, well defended by Walton. Sending it down the left-hand side, but defending are Harrison as they try to send it into the middle. Raiders trying to work it forward, but it's intercepted by Dylan Daniels. Daniels looking for Erin Houston. Houston gains possession away from Shad. Tries to send it back into the middle to a partner. She can't. Sent away by Walton. Harrison tries to regain possession, but they can't as well. Here comes Molly Chapman for Walton. Jamison back to Chapman. Chapman tried to look down the left-hand side, well anticipated that time by Harrison, but two Walton players are there. Walton charging down the left-hand side this time. Blocked effectively by Delaney Q, and it's going to be another corner for Walton here coming up on 3.5 minutes to go first half. It's going to be over on the far side.
Opportunity here for Brooke Dean to hit an in-swinger. Last couple times have been from the opposite side. Walton's tried to play it to the penalty spot. Dean might be putting this one into the 6-yard box, crashing in on goal.
Put a little too much of curve on it. Ends up going to the short side of goal, missing everything, and it's going to be a goal kick. Coming in for Walton now for her first appearance on the day, Angelina Norbehecht, the sophomore with 2 goals on the season, 2 goals and an assist.
Keep that set piece in mind, though, where Dean's trying to play that into the 6 with runners crashing on goal. Mishits that one, but if they get another opportunity with Dean hitting that in-swinger, Walton will look for that another time.
Erin Houston cuts it in toward the middle, sends it over to the far side once again, and Addie Watt. Watt sends it past Rowan Gross. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Walton comes back from left to right. Intercepted nicely, anticipated by Dylan Daniels. To her left, Erin Houston, just outside the 18. Sends it back to her right foot toward the top of the box, looking for her sister. Sent away by Walton, the big hop. And they're going to call a foul. on Norbehecht. So it's going to be a set piece for Harrison from about 30 yards from goal, coming up on 2:10 and counting in the first half.
Just enough contact there. Not a lot, but Norbehecht just enough to impede the Harrison player. That gets this free kick as the clock ticks down. Daniels standing over it.
From just outside of 35 yards away from goal. Sent in with the left toward the top of the box. Headed down. Chance chasing Watt, but getting there first is Niederprum.
Great read from Niederprum. Stayed on her line. Didn't come out to try to catch that one on the initial ball. Read it very well. Pounced on the opportunity on the backside.
Harrison tries to build up. They can't. Last touched by the Hoyas. Norbehecht will throw. On the hot, Becca Payton tried to send it down the right-hand side. Ends up getting deflected by Harrison. Last touched by the Hoyas is going to be a deep throw toward the corner flag. Katie Jemison.
About 60 seconds on the clock.
Norbehecht tries to send it in with the right. She can't. Sent away. It's going to be a quick entry into Emma Graham. Toward the top of the arc. Sent through and saved. Chance again by Jamison. Saved by Rouse at the end of the first 40.
Flag stayed down as a defender kept Jamison onside. Great through ball. First time to pick her out from Payton. And Jamison hits it first time with her left foot. But Rouse quick to get down to her right to make the save.
Under 30 seconds to go now, first half. Peyton Ryan give to Watt. Watt loses possession. Norbehecht working her way through inside the 18. A lot of speed behind it, but it's right on once again. Bailey Rouse off her line.
Good for Rouse, top of the 6. Had that one spill with a player crashing behind her, but Rouse has done a good job the rest of the half, and that'll do it for the first 40.
And that's the first 40 on the books. What do you think so far?
Pretty even game here so far. Harrison, the number 1 team in the country, has been kept in check pretty well by Walton. Walton has had more of the forays into the attacking third, but they haven't been able to get anything to show for it. Very tight game, as expected between these two. Feels like it almost always is. Walton trying to avenge a close loss early in the season. They're in a good position to do it, scoreless at the break.
So we are going to take a bit of a break ourselves. About 9.5 minutes to go here at halftime. We'll come back. We'll reset things in just a little bit and get you ready for the second 40 minutes. Goalless from Raider Valley. Walton and Harrison on the girls' side for the Soccer Down Here Game of the Week.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Georgia for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hello?
Man, where are you? This wedding is lit. I thought you were coming.
Ooh, I can't. I'm in bed with the flu.
The flu? You didn't get a flu shot?
I wish I did. I can't believe I'm missing out on Greg's wedding.
Whoa. Grandma's about to crowd surf.
Grandma's about to what? What?
Man, I'll call you back.
Oh, man.
Sounds like another case of flu FOMO. Don't get stuck at home with the flu. A flu shot is safe, effective, and you can get it at the same time as your COVID-19 vaccine. A flu shot is the best way to prevent the flu and its potentially serious complications. It keeps you protected and also protects your loved ones. Protecting our community can't wait. So why get stuck inside with the flu? Don't get flu FOMO. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Walton High School. The Raiders and the Hoyas of Harrison scoreless in our SDH girls game of the week. Coming up at about 8 o'clock, the boys game of the week between Walton and Harrison. Two rivals. It feels like it's always close between these two. So many of these players play club together, or they've grown up playing club together. They might be teammates. They might be rivals on the youth side. They're always rivals when they put that W or that H on their shirt. We'll be back with second half action in just over 4 minutes from now. Hang with us on the Soccer Down Here app and soccerdownhere.net.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the GHSA, are the 195,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Georgia. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too, but I'm glad we are.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and life experiences come together through conversation, and it feels good.
Wow, your story is so...
Interesting?
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can break down boundaries and connect as human beings. At lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep, you can listen to amazing, life-changing conversations and find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Raider Valley, getting ready for the second 40 minutes between Walton and Harrison. Goalless as we head toward the second 40. Alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us here for the first game of the doubleheader between these two region rivals. After this match, about 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to be the boys with, stop me if you've heard this before, top-ranked in the state of Georgia, top-ranked nationally, Harrison, going up against Walton on the boys' side once again in a big region match coming up after this one. It will be a separate broadcast on the Soccer Down Here app. So once again, don't forget to download the Soccer Down Here app, available iOS and Android, or you can listen to the match at any time, either live or after its conclusion once it's archived at soccerdownhere.net. Teams flipping sides for the second 40, which means that Harrison in their all-white with the green numbers will be working from left to right, and Walton in their all-dress reds will be going from right to left. Wayward pass by Walton early on here in their first possession, 15 seconds in, turns into a throw for Harrison. Nothing comes of it, and Walton will end up with throw down here on the near side.
A little bit of higher pressure from Harrison to start the second half.
Emma Graham, good through ball. Well done that time to Katie Jamison. Jamison starting the second 40 minutes. Came on, had a bit of a spark for the Walton offense. And the one shot that was challenging Bailey Rouse in the first half did not end in the back of the net, but Rouse was challenged by Jamison. Jamison on the year with 3 goals, 3 assists, trying to add to that total today. In the middle, picked off by Walton, but once again regained by Harrison. A lot of the action in the first 40 was in the middle of the pitch. A lot of back and forth, a lot of short passes, a lot of well-defended balls. A couple of chances for both sides, but nothing to show of it on the scoreboard. Reese Bronner with the throw here on the near side, trying to work down the attacking right. Headed back and forth now into the middle of the pitch, heading over to the right-hand side for Walton. First touch for Addie Primack here in the second 40 minutes. Well defended there by Maddie Harris, standing up the Walton rush there in the midfield. Quick pass. Looking to work things now over to the right-hand side from the top of the 18. Sent forward, Emma Graham now for Walton down the left-hand side. Graham on a 1-2. Pass is too much for Graham on the return as we're now in the third minute, and it's going to be a Walton throw, a Harrison throw.
Trying to find that combination. Walton down the left, unable to do it.
Throw by Bronner down here, near side. Headed toward center circle. Settled. And Addie Watt in center circle to her left. Dylan Daniels. Quality passing from Daniels in the first 40. Possession for Harrison on their left-hand side. Maddie Harris tries to send it over the top, headed away by, looks like it was Ellie Shad, and it's going to be a throw over on the far side by Sam Giel. Her first touch will be a throw here in the second half. Sarah Houston trying to dribble away from a double team on the left-hand side. Comes centrally now. Has a partner in Maddie Harris, but she'll send it to her center back pairing, and it goes to Abby Hayberg now on the right-hand side. But once again, pass back. Reese Bronner, well done to gain control of it. Addie Watt. Ball ends up eventually back to Bronner. Bronner on the right-hand side wants to come inside the 18. It's going to be last touched by the defense for Walton. Going to be a corner here on the near side. First big chance in the second 40 minutes.
Bronner stuck with it. Couldn't turn the corner, but earns a corner kick. This one will be taken by Addison Watt. Outswinger from the near side.
And see what Watt has in mind. Sends it skyward. Gets it caught in the breeze a little bit. Grabbed by Niederpruem for Walton and the Raiders. Outlet quickly to Emma Graham, but she has it picked away by Addison Watt, and here comes Harrison with the pressure again. Watt passing from right to left, but the entry pass sent away by Walton. Watt regains possession centrally. She'll work it over to the right, and Abby Hayberg. Hayberg tried to send it in, sent away by Walton. Big hop as players for each team tried to challenge for it. And here comes Walton once again and Addie Primack.
See if they can get out of their own half. The pressure from Harrison's been very strong in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Shelby Walling there to head it away for Harrison. Harrison wants to work down their left-hand side. Maddie Harris finds Sarah Houston, the freshman. 5 goals on the season for her. The Houston sisters responsible for 20 of the goals for Harrison so far this season. Settled by Harrison over on the left-hand side. Watt, step over, nicely done. Wants to set up with the right, blocked by the Walton defense. 3 Walton players were there as Watt wanted to send it in toward net. Walton trying to get out of their half, and they can't quite do it. The defense has been there to try to get the ball back by Harrison. Topped by Walton as they try to pass it, and they finally have it turned over. Harrison once again. Hayberg on the right-hand side. Give to Aaron Houston. Back to Hayberg. Tries to sweep it in with the left. Sent away by Walton, but not all the way out. They finally do clear it outside the 18 on the near side. Sticking with it, Hayberg. Can't quite keep it in, and it's going to be a throw for Walton here on the near side near the corner flag.
It's been all Harrison to start the second half, but they haven't been able to get many clear chances out of it.
Throw in, overthrown. 35 yards from goal. Once again, setting it up. Maddie Harris tries to send it in with the left. Ends up being a grounder. Easy grab for Niederpruem.
Not enough heat on that one from Harris. this midfield trio of Harris, Daniels, and Watt for the Hoyas really bossing the game here in the second half for Harrison.
Pinned in, too much on the pass, but getting through all of the traffic was Emma Graham. She gives to Primack. Primack sends it all the way from the left to the right. Attacking down the right. Good ball. Chasing in pursuit is Erin Houston trying to regain possession for Harrison. She can't do it. But there are two Harrison players about 40 yards from goal that will end up getting the ball away, sending it back to Erin Houston. Too much is on it, and it's going to be a throw for Walton. Pressure was there as we're now in the 8th minute for substitution of the second half. Looks like Molly Chapman is going to check in for Walton at the first opportunity.
Pressure from Harrison is consistent. That time Erin Houston tracks back. She doesn't win it, but her pressure allows two other players to pounce on the ball carrier and end up turning it over, giving it back to Harrison. It's a throw for Walton on the far side in the middle third. See if they can create some opportunities here in the attacking half.
Angelina Norbehest, the player to check out for Walton. Header won by Harrison. Watt trying to dribble away from the pressure of McKenna Jenkins. She does initially. Sent backward to go forward. But three Walton players are there. Once again, in pursuit is Sarah Houston on the left-hand side. And her sister Erin is there to help in the pursuit as well to try to regain possession for Harrison. Sent back centrally. Looking for Claire McInnes. McInnes finds Emma Graham in the middle of the park. Molly Chapman tries to dribble away from traffic, and she does. And the pressure. Looking forward, it's Katie Jamison. She can't quite keep the handle as well. It's sent back, but Becca Payton is there to keep possession for Walton. Jenkins will send it over to the right-hand side, and they'll try it again.
Good work by Shelby Walling, one of the center backs for Harrison, defensively in that last sequence. Stepped up when it looked like Walton might have been able to create an opportunity getting in behind. Walling shut that down quick.
Center channel. McKenna Jenkins was there, sent away once again by Harrison. Addie Watt had possession, lost it. Jamison has it now for Walton. Becca Payton whiffed on the pass. Harrison tries to work it forward once again with Maddie Harris. They can't, sent away, but possession's regained by Dylan Daniels in the middle, down the right-hand side now.
Great ball from Daniels. Harris didn't read it well. Daniels had put it right into the run of Harris, but she hesitated.
Claire McInnes ushers it out. It's going to be a throw for Walton. Defended by Harrison, so they gain about 10 yards here on the near touchline for another throw. Chasing after it, Addie Primack. She'll come down with it for Walton. Tries to find a partner in Emma Graham. She does here on the left-hand side. Good through ball. Great work there to Molly Chapman, but the flag is up offside as we are in the 11th minute.
That through ball looks a little bit better when the attacker had a foot or so head start.
Yes, sir. Ten minutes gone to the 40 here in the second half. Sent forward by Delaney Kewen on the right-hand side. Big hop chasing after it. It's going to be Sarah Houston. She tries to track it down. Nothing as she hit the turf. No foul called. None needed. It's going to be a throw deep in the territory here on the near side by the corner flag.
I think Sarah Houston stumbled on the contact. There wasn't a foul in that, but as she was going down, actually took out a Walton defender. It probably should have been a free kick for the Raiders, but it's a throw for the Hoyas instead, about 10 yards from goal.
Reese Bronner here, just inside 10 yards away from the corner flag, near side, sends it inside the 18. Looking to turn, send it toward the top of the box, and it's sent away by Addie Primack. Here comes Walton. Walton 2-on-3. There's a lot of open space. Cut back centrally. Well done backtracking by Addison Watt to get rid of that offensive rush by Walton.
Long defensive run for Watt, regains possession. Hoyas in the attack now.
3-on-3 through Claire McInnes, but it will stick with Walton. McKenna Jenkins looking to get in combination on the left-hand side, looking for Emma Graham. Too much, it's going to be a throw for Harrison as we're now in the 12th minute here in the second half. Reese Bronner throws it in. Flick header ends up being deflected towards Sarah Houston. Now, once again, center circle, Maddie Harris. Over on the far side, Erin Houston. Houston sprinting inside the 18, tries to send it with the left, up and over everything wide. It's going to be a goal kick.
Houston just with the little hesitation, pushed it past the defender, got by with pace to the outside, went for an optimistic left-footed shot from distance right around the corner of the 18. Didn't come off, put it over the bar.
Sent back in by Niederprum down the right-hand side. Defended well by Walling. Headed down, possession for Harrison right in the middle of the field. Looking for and just missing Abby Haber. Great idea as she was sprinting in toward the top of the 18. It's going to be a goal kick.
Haber getting a little more involved here in the second half. Starting to find more space to operate in as Walton continues to key on Sarah Houston and Erin Houston.
Ellie Shadd on the right-hand side tries to send it past Erin Houston. Cannot. Erin there to defend. It's going to be a throw for the Raiders here in the 14th minute. 4 Harrison defenders in close range on this throw. Difficulty trying to find someone to throw it into for Walton. Ends up defended well once again by Walling. Sent away for another throw. Walton with space, through ball, looking over the left shoulder of Jamison. She will track it down here on the left-hand side. Sends it back. Swept in with the left toward the top of the 18. Defended that well. Knocked down in defense by Delaney Kewen. And here comes Harrison again, working their way through the middle. Sarah Houston to her sister Erin. Erin about 35 yards in, 30 yards in, cutting through with the left, up and over, and saved by Niederprum, knocked over the bar. Great chance for Harrison, well saved by Walton.
Erin Houston with a head of steam, found another gear as well as she got to the top of the 18, cut back to her left foot, her favored left foot, rips a laser, but Niederprum got her hand up, pushed it over the bar. Great reaction from her. Corner for the Hoyas.
Addie Watt looking with the right, going far post, in a lot of traffic, punched away toward the far corner flag. And it's going to end up being a goal kick as nothing comes of that from the Harrison Hoyas. So another opportunity, another close call for Walton, defended by the Raiders, and we are still goalless 15 minutes into the second half. McInnes sends it forward, finds Emma Graham. Back and forth. Graham defended from behind by Abby Hayberg, but Walton sticking with it, trying to keep possession. They do on the back line down the right-hand side, trying to move it forward quickly to Addie Primack. Passes, doesn't find the intended target. But the back and forth continues. Looking to turn is Jamison, defended well by Harrison, but it's going to be a throw. Once again, Shelby Walling coming up big for the defense for Harrison to keep Walton on their heels. Another throw for Walton. I'm going to send it back the other way. So, correction, it's going to be a throw for Harrison. Last touch by Walton right at center line. But as we've mentioned, 2 defenders for Walton right near anyone with the last name of Houston this entire time, regaining possession very, very quickly. And in center circle, the Raiders going at it once again with Emma Graham. Graham looking for the through ball down the right-hand side. In the way that time was Sam Giel. Last touched by Walton, so it's going to be Sam Giel entering it quickly for Harrison. Erin Houston looking for her sister. found, middle of the park, Maddie Harris. Maddie Harris threw ball with the left. Niederprum cuts it off to keep it from being another chance for Aaron Houston.
What Walton's doing well is they're not marking or double marking Aaron Houston and Sarah Houston. They're closing them down really quickly, usually with a player behind them and somebody then doubling down from the other side.
Dylan Daniels initially in possession. The give to Sarah Houston. Houston with the right. Cuts it back the 18. And another big save by Niederprum again. Point blank range. Aaron Houston sent away.
Best save of the night for Laura Niederprum. Gets to her right really fast. Low. Just a well-placed shot from Aaron Houston. Not trying to blast that. Just trying to place it into the side netting. Somehow Niederprum got all the way to it and pushed it wide. Corner.
Watt. Line drive with the right. Handled by Niederprum.
It's been all Harrison in the second half. Walton struggled a little bit early. Gained control. Had opportunities as the first half went on. But since the second half whistle, it has been all Harrison.
They have dialed up the pressure. No doubt about that. Foul on Molly Chapman. Brooke Dean looking to check in for Walton at the first opportunity. Looking down here at the near touchline. Jason Page, the head coach for the Walton Raiders, wondering where that foul call came from.
Chapman was trying to draw a foul. She went down and reached out and grabbed the ball. Referee said there was no foul initially, so it's a handball.
From just outside of 50, sent in on the free kick up into the air. Trying to track it down, Sarah Houston. Win possession for Harrison. Sent away in defense by Walton. It's going to be a deep throw for the Hoyas. Aaron Houston initially was going to throw. Gives up the throw itself. Sent in toward the edge of the 18. Sent away that time by Addie Primack on the right-hand side. But the pressure's there by Harrison once again. And the Hoyas will regain possession with Reese Bronner. Bronner looking center channel. Gave to Maddie Harris. Harris sent it back to Dylan Daniels. Daniels sends it into two Walton defenders as they were making sure that Sarah Houston couldn't gain possession. But once again, Harrison with possession regained, and Dylan Daniels with the left. Big hop over one Daniels. It ends up as Sarah Houston, over one Houston. Sarah Houston chasing it down. It's only to end up being a throw for Harrison once again, working quickly, thrown into Aaron Houston. Houston on the left-hand side to Watt, centrally, step over. Sends it back. Cuts in with the right once again, another ball with some steam on it. Once again, saved by Niederprum. Great ball by Aaron Houston, but Niederprum had it marked the whole way.
Quick shot from Houston, ripped that one, but Niederprum had that side of the goal covered well.
Haley shoots for Walton down the left-hand side. Bumped off the ball as she tried to send it in centrally. Well defended that by Abby Hayberg as she backtracked. Harrison in possession, tried to go with the long ball. Once again defended by Harrison. Once again, Sam Giel was there. And a yellow card has been given to one of the assistants for Walton. And it looks like head coach Jason Page might be getting a card on his own. And Jason Page talking to the center ref after his assistant got a yellow. No card for Page as of right now. As we've reached the halfway point here of the second half, we're in the 61st minute. And Walton not happy with the last set of events over the last couple of minutes.
The Walton bench was frustrated because a player was hit after delivering a pass. Referee did not call the foul. The complaint continued, and at the next stoppage, referee came over to show the yellow card to the bench.
Walton working their way through. Becca Payton on the right-hand side. Swept in with the left. Big hop, and it's there and in. The first goal of the match goes to the home side, and the Walton Raiders, the entry pass takes a hop, and it's sent in. Molly Chapman with the goal, and it's 1-0 to the home side.
Very little possession for Walton in the second half. It's been all Harrison, but that ball over the top catches the Hoyas back line, switched off just enough. It gets through to Molly Chapman. Chapman touches it past Bailey Rouse. Great finish from Chapman, and Walton takes the 1-0 lead.
Brooke Dean with the assist, her 5th on the year. Molly Chapman with the goal, her 3rd on the season. Substitutions being put in by head coach John Gross of Harrison. We'll get to those as they are active in the play. And Harrison in an unfamiliar place, down, having to work uphill to try to get an equalizer and try to get another win to see if they can continue their win streak, as they came in with a record of 13-0, top-ranked in the state of Georgia, top-ranked nationally, and they are down a goal on the road. Under 18 and a half minutes to go. Sarah Houston with possession, gives to her sister Erin on the left-hand side. Erin wants to spin away from the Walton defense. She does. Tries to get the through ball to her sister. Shielded and shepherded back to Niederpruem for the easy pickup.
Erin Houston at times maybe looking to bring others into the play more than necessary. She's got the pace to maybe get in behind on the dribble herself. That time tries to create the opportunity for Sarah Houston, unable to get on the same page.
Emma Graham over on the far side. Sent back to Becca Payton. Almost picked off by Sarah Houston. Sent forward once again. Here comes Walton. Addie Primack down the left-hand side, finding Molly Chapman, the goal scorer. Chapman cuts it back on her right foot, poked away by Harrison. Well done there in defense by Peyton Ryan, but coming back with it is Walton. Ryan pushes Chapman off of the ball. Sticking with it, though, coming down the near side are the Walton Raiders. Sent in with the right by Emma Graham toward the top of the 18, sent away by Harrison, but possession won by Walton. Sent toward the net, nothing really to it. Fairly wide with 17 minutes to go. It'll be a goal kick for the Hoyas. Shelby Walling will send it forward, looking down the left-hand side. Hoyas in the middle. Addison Watt sends it back to Walling. Walling tried to skip a line to try to get possession into the attacking half. Walton ended up with possession. They'll end up with a throw towards center line with about 16 and a half minutes to go. Well done over on the far side to defend. 3 Harrison players there as Walton tried to work it down the right-hand side. Nothing doing, but it does end up being a throw with about 35 yards away from goal.
I wondered what the response would be to that goal for Walton, and it's been Walton who's grown even more in confidence. Harrison, a little bit of a shell of themselves, trying to get their foot on the ball.
Sent away by the Harrison defense on the right-hand side. It's going to be a throw over on the far touch line. About 45 yards or so away from goal as Walton is moving from right to left here in the second 40 minutes. Coming up on 15 and a half minutes to go. Walton has lost in this series 3 games, 1-0, 2 of them on free kicks, but they got the first goal on the board. Can they turn the results 1-0 or more their way? We got 15 and a half minutes to find out against the top-ranked team in the country in Harrison Hoyas. Sent all the way down the left-hand side. No one is going to be there to grab hold of it, and it's going to be a throw very, very deep. About 15 yards away from the corner flag over on the far side for Walton.
About 15 minutes left. Opportunity here for Harrison to press if they want. They regain possession off the throw.
4 or 5 Harrison players were there to try to pin Walton in. They're going to come away with it here. Left-hand shot by Dylan Daniels. Easy grab by Niederprum right on the entire way.
Good look from Daniels. She's going to have to step up more for the Hoyas. Been very good at conducting the game from a deep-lying midfield position, but she's going to be needed to jumpstart these attacks. Went for goal that time. Not enough to beat Niederprum.
Addie Primack tried to team up with Emma Graham, sent away by Harrison to the Walton back line. And coming back, Becca Payton sending it forward down the left-hand side. Haley Schutz gets there second. So Harrison will once again turn around and try to come forward with Sarah Houston down the right-hand side. Chipped forward with the right. The back and forth continues. And there for Walton is McKenna Jenkins. 2 Walton players, 2 Harrison players. It ends up in the possession of the Raiders all the way back to Claire McInnes and Carmen Cook, one of the center backs for Jason Page, the head coach of the Walton Raiders. Convenient hop. Almost created another opportunity for Walton, but trying to work their way through the middle third, Delaney Kewen tried to find a partner in Sarah Houston, but once again defending very, very well Walton when it comes to the Houston sisters. Watt heads it forward. Convenient hop, looking for Peyton Ryan, but once again, Walton there to defend. And they'll work their way down the right-hand side. Pass didn't have enough on it, so once again coming back the other way, it'll be Shelby Walling down the left for Harrison.
Harrison's got to start taking more chances, throw numbers forward.
Well done by Walton to defend. Becca Payton gets the ball away from Harrison. She sends it forward, too much on it. Harrison gains possession, center circle, but there just as quickly are the Walton Raiders defensively to turn it back the other way. McKenna Jenkins started it. Molly Chapman on the left-hand side. Emma Graham right up against the touchline, about 30 yards from goal. Regains possession. Works her way centrally, about 40 yards away. Looking for Chapman as a cutter just inside the 18. Well defended, but not all the way out. Emma Graham, about 30 yards away. Tries to send it in with the right, but she's there to defend. In possession, McKenna Jenkins now. Tried to sweep it through with a through ball. Got under it, didn't get a whole lot on it, and ends up with an easy grab for Bailey Rouse.
That first 20 minutes or so of the second half, it felt like the Harrison midfield was in complete control of the game. Now they can't get to the ball. Walton has really regained control of this after a good first half. Wayward pass there. It'll be a throw for Harrison. But Walton really starting to flood the middle third of the field, picking up possession quickly and breaking up any opportunities for Harrison to get numbers forward.
Maddie Harris checking in for John Gross and the Harrison Hoyas.
Moving Addison Watt further up the field. Sarah Houston has moved over to the right side, trying to unlock this Walton back line. So far, Harrison has not been able to do it.
Katie Jamison checking in for Walton. And it looks like the sophomore Addie Primack will be coming out. 10:45 and counting here. The goal on the board in the 62nd minute has been the difference as the home side, the Walton Raiders, have the 1-goal lead on the top-ranked team in the country, the Harrison Hoyas. Brooke Dean tried to gain possession. Knocked away once again by Harrison. Throw just inside the attacking half over on the far side for Walton. 4 defenders for Harrison, going up against 3 for Walton. Sent long, sent away by Harrison, but regained by the Walton Raiders. Claire McInnes works it over to the right-hand side. Sent away, looking for the big hop. And Emma Graham is chasing. Katie Jamison is chasing down into the corner. And it's going to be a very, very deep throw for the Walton Raiders. Very, very close to the corner flag here with 9:40 and counting.
Delaney Kewen was trapped there, had to concede the throw. Good defensive work to initially shut down the attack.
Throw in quickly looking for Brooke Dean. Dean in the corner. Madeline Mitchell there defending. It's going to be that much closer to the corner flag over on the far side, only a couple of yards away from it. So let's see what Walton has in mind here in the throw. 4 Harrison players defending, and the flag is up offside. Going to come back the other way with 9 minutes to go here.
It's not offside. You can't be offside on a throw. It's a foul throw. Looks like the foot came up.
Sent forward by Harrison. Trying to charge and have the Walton defense on their heels. 8:45 to go here. Rowan Gross loses possession. A lot of space in the middle. Emma Graham with possession. Gets around the defender for Harrison over on the far hand side. Tries to send it in toward the top of the 18. 2 defenders are there for Harrison. And a lot of room for them as they work their way through their defensive half. Addie Watt sent forward once again looking for Sarah Houston. Sarah looking for her sister over on the far left-hand side. Couldn't quite get it to her. A couple of headers by the Walton defense. They're having to backtrack a little bit. Ball deflected on the clearance, and it's going to stick with Harrison. Now just inside the 18, sent away by Walton. It's going to be a throw from about 25 yards away from goal over on the far side.
Harrison with 7 in the attacking half with less than 8 minutes left.
Through ball. Top of the 18, Watt looking to turn, wants to set it up on the right. Chipped forward. Niederprum is going to get there before Sarah Houston.
Watt's trying to shoot there. It takes a block, and almost the block nearly put it into the path of Sarah Houston, but Niederprum off her line quickly.
Under 7.5 to go. Aaron Houston trying to get the ball away from Ellie Shadd over on the far side. And she does. It's going to be a quick throw, quick reintroduction by Harrison. Watt tried to find Houston. Couldn't do it. McGinnis is there. Sends it skyward. 2 Harrison players are there. And they're going to get a foul on the Hoyas. And it's going to be a free kick with 7 minutes to go for the Raiders of Walton. Brought back in quickly by Walton. Sent down. Great through ball. Cutting it through. Looking for Katie Jamison. She'll track it down over on the far side. Over by the corner flag. Delaney Kewen marking her. Jamison wants to turn again on her right. And it's going to be a goal kick touched last by Walton. It's going to be a goal kick with 6.5 to go.
Nowhere to go. Nice defending from Kewen. The through ball looked like it could have been a dangerous opportunity for Jamison. But Kewen did not allow her to dribble into the middle of the park.
Sent down the left-hand side. Big hop. And Aaron Houston is there. But it's won quickly by Walton. Sending it to their back line to go forward. Too much on the initial pass. Harrison will come away with it. Looking to send Sarah Houston down the right-hand side. Getting there first is the Walton defense and Haley Schutz. Niederprum inside her area, sends it forward. Possession lost by Molly Chapman. And it's going to be a throw here on the near touchline. Working quickly.
About 5.5 left.
Toward the top of the 18, Watt sends it back to Maddie Harris. Maddie Harris looking for one of the Houstons. And it will end up missing Aaron Houston, and Niederprum will pick it up.
Aaron Houston was cutting inside, looking for that ball from Harris. Just could not connect. Niederprum with a good punt out to the left.
Molly Chapman had a lot of space initially. Sends it down the left-hand side to Katie Jamison. Jamison can't keep possession, but they're going to say it was touched last by Delaney Kewen. Going to be a throw for the Raiders here, coming up on 5 minutes. Haley Schutz Sends it into Katie Jamison. She loses possession, so it's going to go quickly back to Harrison. Walton dropping back defensively on the near touchline. Bronner. Send it forward. Defended well. Possession for Walton. Picked up quickly by Emma Graham. Graham cuts inside. Ball sent away, but it's picked up by Brooke Dean over on the right-hand side. Through ball into the corner looking for Jamison. The instruction from Jason Page down on the sidelines for Walton, the head coach. Keep possession. And they can't quite do that, but they do stick with it, trying to gain it back. Emma Graham just inside the 18, sent away by Harrison. Here comes Madeline Mitchell. Mitchell tried to turn with her left, couldn't find a partner. Going to be a throw under 4 minutes to go for Walton. Throw in down the left-hand side. 4 defenders were there for Harrison. Walton tried to turn. They couldn't quite do it, so sent back in quickly, but won by Walton. Emma Graham tried to find a partner centrally, couldn't do it, sent away, defended well by Walton as they send it into their attacking half. Harrison sending it forward. Passed for Watt was missed. Up into the air. 2 defenders there for Walton. Here on the near touchline, coming away with it, looks like it's going to be Molly Chapman. She lost possession, but it's going to be last touch by Harrison. Now coming up on 3:10 to go.
Chapman was trying to play a long ball to Graham. Her pass was blocked. Throw for the Raiders.
Ball slipped out of her hands. It's won by Harrison. Dylan Daniels trying to send it toward Aaron Houston. It couldn't find its target, but once again there, Brooke Dean for Walton. Did a great job to keep possession, but it was won away down the left-hand side. Here comes Aaron Houston once again looking for an equalizer under 3 minutes to go. Step overs toward the top of the 6. What? And it trickles in. Trickles in past Niederpruem. She got a hand on it, and it went in the net with 2:32 to go. We're tied at 1.
What a ball from Dylan Daniels at the beginning of that to play it down the left side to Aaron Houston. Houston charged in, had her head up, saw what she had inside the 18. Perfect cross on the ground to Addie Watt. Watt with the first-time shot. Niederpruem lunging to her left to try to get there. Got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out.
Barely in, is still in, and 2:25 to go. We're tied at 1. Energy picks up that much more. Watt pressuring Emma Graham. Graham has to send it to her back line. On the right-hand side, chasing after goal number 2 is Walton. Getting there quickly, Katie Jamison on the right-hand side. Sending it back to Brooke Dean. Dean looking toward the top of the area. Turning, trying to turn and shoot. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Was Becca Payton. Ends up with Bailey Rouse with 150 and counting.
I think that shot might have been deflected. That's why it wasn't difficult for Rouse to deal with.
Not a lot on Rouse's kick to start things back up again, but it was won quickly by Harrison. Here towards center line, sending it down. Here comes Sarah Houston, sending it centrally. Watt scored the last goal, coming up on 1:20 to go. Maddie Harris, Aaron Houston over on the left-hand side. Goes inside the 18, wants to cut it back toward the top of the 6. Missed her first target, chipped in, saved Niederpruem. Big save with 1:04 to go, but it's going to be a corner kick. Far side, Harrison sending a lot of folks forward as they chase after the game winner with under a minute to go.
Incredible save from Niederpruem with her right hand.
Harrison swapping out. Takers of the corner. Looks like it's going to be Rowan Gross. Under 45 seconds to go. Gross sending it far post, up and over everything. Going to be a goal kick. Niederpruem back in quickly. Sent forward but intercepted by Bronner. Watt down the right-hand side finds Sarah Houston. Ball knocked away as Houston wanted to go inside the 18. We're coming up on 10 seconds. Last chance here. Reese Bronner will throw, looking inside the 18. Flick header, and the chance was there, but it ends up in Niederprum's hands. 80 minutes gone, 1-1.
The defender who got that last header, not what she intended to do, nearly fell to Houston at the top of the 6, but Niederprum able to get there. What a save from her with about a minute left on the clock, with a great opportunity, a long-range shot from Gross that Niederprum was able to get high and to her right to push it wide, creating that corner. Great comeback for Harrison after really a poor second half from them. Walton had complete control, but it was Harrison at the very end who looked like the team that was going to find that second goal to win.
Coming up in about 4 minutes, 2 10-minute overtime periods to hopefully decide a winner. A goal in the 62nd gave Walton a 1-0 lead. 2:32 to go, tied at 1. We're headed to overtime. Walton and the top-ranked Harrison Hoyas here in the SDH Game of the Week.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA is a national nonprofit working to transform youth and high school sports so that every child has a positive character-building youth sports experience. PCA provides live and online workshops to train double-goal coaches whose first goal is winning and whose second, more important goal is teaching life lessons through sports. PCA also has workshops for parents and high school student athletes. For more information, please visit positivecoach.org.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Georgia, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to Raider Valley, getting you ready for overtime. 2 10-minute overtime periods here as Walton and Harrison, region rivals, are tied at 1. The equalizer coming with 2:32 to go as Addie Watt, with Harrison down 1-0, tie it at 1. That gets us to where we are as we head toward that first 10-minute overtime period. Both of these teams have been in overtime this season. It's been a while for Harrison. It was back on February 22nd at Roswell when they lost 1-0 in overtime. But it was last time out for Jason Page, the head coach of the Walton Raiders. A 2-1 win in overtime against Hillgrove back here midweek. In a must-win region game, it was a goal that was scored with 4 minutes to go in that second overtime that gave them the 2-1 win that got them to this point. And this is against the top-ranked team in the nation, the top-ranked team here in the state of Georgia, and neither team has backed down from this challenge over the last 80 minutes.
But having an overtime game earlier this week, you wonder how much is that potentially going to take out of the legs of these Walton Raiders. The games have had really kind of an odd flow at times. It's felt like it's gone in waves where one team will have control for a long portion of time, then they'll lose that control. We saw the second half. Harrison with all of the control for the first 20. They get the counterattack for Walton that ends up in the back of the net from Molly Chapman. And then Walton had control for another 5-10 minutes or so. And it wasn't until the last 10 minutes that it was all Harrison. It looked like they were the more likely to find a winner after finding that equalizer. First half went back and forth as well. You don't have as much time here in overtime. So who gains the control first, and can they get production out of that control? That's what will decide this.
Great point about having to return on an overtime game in the midweek where you didn't have your eventual decider until late in the second overtime period in and of itself. So let's see how the home side, Walton, responds here to this second overtime that they're going to be facing this week. Harrison here in the first 10-minute overtime, working from right to left as you were picturing the match. Walton in there all red. They are going from left to right here in the first overtime period. Walton with possession down their left-hand side. Working it centrally quickly. Addie Primack with the touch. Over here to the right-hand side in Brooke Dean. Dean working her way down the touchline. Sends it in toward the top of the 18. Last touched by a defender. Deflected out by Delaney Kewen. It's going to be a corner on the near side here in the first minute for the Walton Raiders.
Good decisiveness from Dean. Just touched it down the right flank. Put in a quick cross that Kewen wasn't able to control. Goes off her hip, and it's a corner for Walton.
Ellie Shadd sends it toward the top of the sixth, then headed over the bar. Great chance there by Walton in the first minute 15.
Powerful header, well-placed corner. Unable to keep that header down, though. McKenna Jenkins had got forward there, made great contact with, actually, I believe that was Becca Payton. Great contact on it, but couldn't get over the ball to keep it down under the crossbar.
Payton that close to her third goal of the season. It would have been a more important moment than getting the lead back in this game against the top-ranked team in the country. Throw here on the near touchline. Over Emma Graham to the back line of Harrison. And they will try to build forward. Addie Watt with the touch. Erin Houston working her way with a lot of speed down the left-hand side. Cuts it back. She's stymied. Sticks with it with the right and swept over, and it's just over the bar. Great idea by Erin Houston, chasing her 16th goal of the year, but it's going to be a goal kick.
Houston cut back to her right foot after initially being stood up. got a good look at that far upper 90 that she wanted to hit. Put it high, but Erin Houston still has that pace and is able to get in behind this Walton backline.
Down the near side, good turn by Brooke Dean trying to keep possession for Walton, but they do lose it towards center line. Sent forward by Delaney Kewen from the back of Harrison. Walton regains possession again. Dean sending it back. Nita Prum came out briefly. Claire McInnes shepherds it to her. And sent forward by Walton one more time. First touch, header, Emma Graham, center circle, but knocked away by Harrison. Their possession very quickly, but it's once again Walton's. Swept with the right, headed down, well defended that time by Harrison. They're going to work it forward down the left-hand side. Great ball towards center line, looking to turn once again Erin Houston. Addie Watt had Houston working past her, tried to send it to her with the left down the left-hand side. Too much on it. It's going to be a throw for the Walton Raiders, 3:40 into this first overtime. Off the throw, one back by the Harrison Hoyas, Delaney Kewen. Puts a lot behind to the right, tried to work down the right-hand side, intercepted by Walton. Poked away by Harrison. Harrison with possession. Once again, it's Addie Watt. Down the right-hand side, looking for Houston. Sarah Houston looking to turn, and she has it picked away. Well done there by Walton, the through ball. Too much for the two teammates down the left-hand side. It's going to go all the way down. Shepherded to see if it eventually crosses the touchline. It does not. Down the right-hand side, once again, here comes Harrison. 4.5 minutes gone in this first overtime period, tied at 1. Remember, the first of 2 10-minute overtimes. After the first 10 minutes, we'll change ends. It's going to be a Raider throw on the far touch. Quickly, Emma Graham tries to settle. She does. Swept in, looking toward top of the 18. Bounces around a little bit. Finally under control. Shelby Walling will clear, but not all the way out. Walton trying to get things done with Becca Payton. Too much as she was looking for Molly Chapman. It's going to be a throw over on the far side. Harrison working quickly with the throw. Intercepted quickly. Back towards center line, McInnes. And sent forward into the middle, but once again, touch is too heavy. Goes to the back line of Harrison. And they'll bring it forward. Dylan Daniels, ball over the top. Well done, looking for Erin Houston down the left-hand side. She will gain control. Dribbles it inside the 18, tries to cut it back on her right, and she's knocked off the ball. Possession back to Walton.
Walton playing with 3 center backs since the second half, really giving that extra layer of protection against Erin Houston. She might be able to beat one defender, but there's someone there to clean it up at all times.
Brooke Dean tried to send the ball down the right-hand side for Walton. Nobody there to partner with her as we're now under 4 minutes to go here in the first overtime, so it's going to be a goal kick for the Harrison Hoyas. You mentioned the marking of Erin Houston. You see as many as four separate players keeping an eye on her at any given time. Foul called on Walton. It's going to be a free kick for Harrison, just this side of center line in their defensive half.
Yeah, to be clear, I wouldn't say 4 players are marking Erin Houston. They know what they're doing and trying to keep Houston in front of them. The right back is really tucking in and kind of leaving that position open a little bit to stay inside on Houston so she doesn't have as much room to cut inside the goal.
Great ball over the top to Sarah Houston toward the top of the 18. Ricochets around. Sent away by McKenna Jenkins. Over on the far side. Sent away by Molly Chapman. Calling for it and getting it. Brooke Dean now. Down the right-hand side, she's going to run. She's got some room to work with. Tries to send it toward the top of the 18, flick, but 2 defenders are there for Harrison. Sent away, but it'll end up being a throw for the Walton Raiders. About 20 yards from goal, 2.5 minutes to go here in the first overtime. Ellie Shad with the throw. Looking to turn and fire toward the top of the 18 was Brooke Dean. Sent away, but getting there is McKenna Jenkins. Jenkins can't quite keep the handle. Looking for Molly Chapman. Sent away by Harrison. Backtracking well that time, Sarah Houston trying to help out in possession and in defense. Towards center circle, Maddie Harris. Once again down the right-hand side. Work being done, start and stop, trying to get past Claire McInnes, but McInnes sticks with it very well, gets possession away from Harrison. Coming back is Walton now with 100 seconds to go in the first overtime. Bumped off the ball by Reese Bronner. It's going to be a throw for Walton. Once again, coming up under 90 seconds to go here in the first overtime. Lose possession off the high hop, and it's going to be a throw back to Harrison. What can they do with it now with 80 seconds? Launch down the right-hand side. Big hop goes past Sarah Houston. She tries to reclaim and does. Looks to get past McInnes and get inside the 18. She loses possession, but they're going to say that McInnes touched it last. It's going to be a corner for Harrison.
1 minute remaining in the first overtime.
Far corner flag, 50 seconds and counting here in the first overtime. Let's see what Harrison has in mind. Toward the top of the 6, sent away. Maddie Harris with the header. The back and forth continues, sent away, coming up on 30 seconds. Reese Bronner almost lost possession for Harrison. Sent away all the way to Shelby Walling now, center circle, wants to work down the left-hand side. And she does. Good turn by Erin Houston, the senior. But she can't get inside the 18. Wanted a foul call. Didn't get it. Walton can't keep possession. They finally do. Sending it away as we're now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're still at ones after the first overtime period. With the Harrison Hoyas and the Walton Raiders still at ones, and we're getting ready for the second overtime.
Looked like Erin Houston had been able to get in behind that last time. Not happy, feeling like the defender had grabbed her arm. Really the first time that Erin Houston has showed some frustration in this one. Game kind of tightened up in that first overtime. Really neither team was able to get much control of it, create too many opportunities. See what they can come up with after a very short break. We're going to take it as well, about 90 seconds until we try to get a conclusion here at Walton High School. 1-1 between Harrison and Walton.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Georgia for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Getting ready for the second 10 minutes here at Raider Valley. After this match is over, it will be the boys' turn for the top-ranked in the state of Georgia, top-ranked nationally, Harrison Hoyas, going up against the Walton Raiders. But we have to come up with a decision in this one first on the girls' side. Walton ranked top 20 in the state of Georgia, according to Max Preps. 8 teams in the state of Georgia are in the top 10 in the spring poll for Max Preps. Harrison is on top of that. Teams 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all from the state of Georgia here in the spring schedule. Walton just inside the top 20, trying to make their case for being closer to being in the top 10 here in the state of Georgia and getting recognition nationally. And they can certainly do that with a result here against the Harrison Hoyas. So here we go with the second 10 minutes. Here in the second overtime period, the Walton Raiders are going in their dress reds. They're going from right to left as you picture the match in your mind's eye. Harrison in their all-whites with the green numerals. They're working their way from left to right here in the second 10 minutes. Quickly, Aaron Houston down the left-hand side, drives inside the 18, wants to cut it to the top of the 6. Pass is deflected. It's going to be an early corner for the Harrison Hoyas, taking it quickly. Addison Watt, let's see what she has in mind over at the far corner flag.
In-swinger from Watt.
With the right toward the top of the 6th. Goes through a couple of different players, but regaining possession was Harrison briefly. Shelby Walling tried to keep it under control. Last touched by Walton. It's going to be a throw for Reese Bronner here on the near touchline, about 30 yards or so, just under 30 yards from goal. Sends it inside the 18. Cleared by the Walton defense. Going to be a throw just a little closer, still on the near side. Bronner once again. Headed away a second time. It's going to be a third attempt at a throw here, coming up on the first 90 seconds of the second overtime. Defenders at front and behind, but coming away with it. Centered and over the bar again, off of the crossbar on the football side of things. Another opportunity just missed by Harrison.
Sarah Houston cuts that one back, and Maddie Harris just leaning back. Can't keep that down.
Charging from right to left down the left-hand side. Unable to keep it in is Molly Chapman. Good idea there by the Raiders. 2 minutes in here to the second overtime period. Couldn't quite control it, and we're going to work back with another throw for the Harrison Hoyas. Defended well by Molly Chapman. It's going to be yet another throw for Harrison here on the near touch. Sent in one more time. Defended by Haley Schutz that time by Walton. But coming back the other way on the left-hand side, it's the senior Aaron Houston. Pretty much kept in check for most of the day. Defended well that time. Has her possession taken away, but it's going to end up being a throw for Harrison over on the far touchline about 20 yards from goal.
It was a good win at midfield by Walling to play that up to Aaron Houston, but she couldn't make the run in behind that time. Nicely defended.
Throw in headed down by Walton. Walton trying to gain possession, gain a little control of it, and build out of the back on their own. Well done on the touch on the right-hand side. Going for the through ball. A lot of velocity behind it, and getting there will be Bailey Rouse for Harrison. Coming up on 3.5 minutes gone here in the second overtime. Towards center circle, Rowan Gross lost the initial possession. Walton will come down with it. On the turn, Eddie Primack sends it with the left, trying to spin away, and you're going to get a foul and a free kick. Molly Chapman, the intended target, tried to turn away with her left, and a foul called on Harrison as we're coming up on 4 minutes gone already here in the second overtime period, but it's going to be a free kick from about 32 or 42. Ellie Shad sends it into the 18 with the right, headed away by the Harrison defense. Tracking it down, Eddie Primack. But she can't find a target with the right foot, and so it's going to be a throw over on the far side for Harrison coming up on 4.5 gone.
Shelby Walling once again winning a ball out of the air on this back line for Harrison.
Second throw in a row for Harrison into Watt. Give to Aaron Houston. Back to Addie Watt. Trying to work down the left-hand side. Watt trying to spin away from the three defenders there for Walton. Finds help in Dylan Daniels. The sophomore down the left-hand side. Dribbling over on the far toward the corner flag. Sends it inside the 18. Crashing were Niederprum and both Sarah Houston. Niederprum got there first.
Yeah, Niederprum was there first quickly. Well defended to shield Sarah Houston away from it.
Throw for Walton as the defense was there once again in the form of Reese Bronner for Harrison. I'm going to call a foul on Bronner that time as she was trying to get the ball away from Molly Chapman here close to the near touchline.
It's a couple of quick fouls on Bronner.
So Claire McInnes getting some counsel from the assistant coaches over here on the near touchline from Walton. Sends it in. Great ball toward the top of the 18, headed away by Harrison. Watt gets there first as it trickles back towards center circle, but Walton will regain control, and once again it's McInnes who will work it forward with the right.
Kewen wins another header.
Chapman looking down the right-hand side, trying to go for the big cross, and all it found were Harrison bodies, but once again, cutting back is Walton. And we're going to get a foul, it looks like. Looks like the foul's going to be on Emma Graham. So it's going to be a free kick coming up on 3.5 minutes to go for Harrison. They'll start it back quickly. Flicked by Aaron Houston, thinking that Addie Watt might be there. Turns out that she was not. It's going to be a throw for Walton over on the far side. Whistle from the ref saying back it up about 15 yards or so before you throw it in. Throw in, big bounce. Second bounce, corralled by Harrison. Sent forward, looking for Houston from Rowan Gross. Sent away as Walton tried to advance it, and they're going to have a throw close to center line as they introduce it over on the far side, 2:50 and counting it overtime. Headed away by Shelby Walling. Once again, gaining about another 15 yards for the throw. First touch goes by Walton this time. Flicked header goes backwards. It's going to end up with Harrison now with 2.5 to go in overtime.
So we got into overtime. Both teams have tightened up just a little bit, not risking very much.
Addie Watt received the throw. Houston, the older, Aaron Houston down the left-hand side, has it poked away. Once again, great defense by Walton. Tracking it down, Walton here on the near side. 2 minutes to go as they regain possession. It's Chapman again. Cuts it back, looking to go on her right. Defended by Reese Bronner. Gets away from Bronner, sends it toward the top of the 18, but sent away by Harrison. Another close opportunity that was building by Walton. Coming back to help out Sarah Houston to defend. Addie Watt now with possession as Harrison has it. A lot of space for Addie Watt down the left-hand side. Trying to hit her intended target of Aaron Houston. She could not. Sent away by Walton as we're coming up on a minute 20. Couple of bad hops turn into a turnover for Walton. Through ball. Not too much on it as you were looking for Emma Graham, Katie Jamison ends up in the hands of Bailey Rouse. 1 minute to go, second overtime. Once again, Walton quickly working. Becca Payton in the middle, sends it over to the far side. Working on the right, in toward the top of the 18. First hop, second bounce, finally controlled on the turn. It's Chapman. Deflected, sent away. Over on the far side, once again, Jamison. And it's going to be a late corner over on the far side as Jamison had an idea, sent away by Harrison. Late corner, 20 seconds. Toward the top of the 6, over everybody. Scramble inside the 18, sent away. Last chance on the ground, cleared away for good by Harrison. McInnes, 50 yards away, tries to send it in, got under it a lot, and the wind held it up a little bit. And it's 1-1 after 2 overtime periods. Catch your breath again. Knotted at ones, and it'll be PKs to settle.
Action picked up a little bit there at the end for Walton as Molly Chapman slalomed through a couple of defenders, couldn't get the shot off, but Walton kept it in the attacking zone for really the remainder of that second overtime. Just couldn't find the handle to get the opportunity to beat Bailey Rouse. Now we go to penalties. Little bit of practice for these two. These are two teams that you're going to see in the state tournament. This is a big match for seeding, but it's also a big opportunity for these goalkeepers, Bailey Rouse and Elora Niederprum, to get this experience and get ready for these kinds of moments. Never want to lose a rivalry match, but this isn't the end of the line for either one of these teams. You kind of want to experience this before you get to it in a state tournament situation.
And we've mentioned the balance that these two teams have had and that they've shown. A lot of folks this season for both of these teams experienced in scoring goals, but this being different where it's one-on-one. And I would love to know what the conversations are right now with John Gross, the head coach of Harrison, and with Jason Page, the head coach of Walton, what these conversations are like with these two teams as you have 4 players from each side having discussions with the referee crew as to who's going to be doing what, where, and first. I'd love to know what the conversations are like.
You're just trying to get a sense of who wants to take one. You're just trying to see who is comfortable in this moment if you're a coach. This is something that the coaches have probably thought about at this stage of the season, maybe not in a ton of detail just yet. You have some players that you expect to stand up in these kinds of moments. You have some players that maybe you're a little more concerned with in these sorts of moments. But you're looking right now and watching the two huddles, feels like you're looking at both coaches, especially Walton, of who wants this? Who wants this moment? Who has the steel, the ice in their veins to step up to take one?
So it looks like for Walton, a combination of Chapman, McMasters, Norbehesht, and 2 others that are discussing who will go and in what order.
A lot of times this comes down to the goalkeepers. Elora Niederprum was the one who was more active in the match. Walton's goalkeeper had more to do, especially as the game went on. That can be a little bit of a challenge for Bailey Rouse, the goalkeeper for Harrison. Not really called upon all that much on the night, and especially as the night went on. Even though the goal from Walton was in the second half, there wasn't sustained pressure. She didn't have to make a number of big saves like Niederprum did. Does that give Niederprum confidence? Is Rouse a little cold coming into this? Be very curious to see how the goalkeepers affect this as well. At the pro level, you're talking about 78% or so of penalties are made. That number has steadily dropped over the decades as goalkeepers have gotten better and better in these situations, have trained in these situations more. At this age, could go either way. It really depends on how the players handle the pressure and how the goalkeepers handle the pressure as well.
Late conversation from head coach of Walton, Jason Page, to Elo Niederprum before she is walking down to the goal to our left. That's where everyone will be shooting. To the goal to our left to decide this big region match between the top-ranked nationally, Harrison Hoyas, and the top 20-ranked Walton Raiders. So Harrison will shoot first. Dylan Daniels. Lining it up. Niederprum keeping an eye on Daniels. There's the whistle. Daniels. Saved by Niederprum. Daniels goes to her left. The right post of Niederprum. Niederprum read it the whole way. Big save. Early advantage to the home side.
Not a bad penalty at all from Dylan Daniels. Got it pretty far into the side, but Niederprum got a hand to it and pushed it off the post.
Brooke Dean. Bottom of the first, she'll be the first shooter for the Walton Raiders. Going against Bailey Rouse. There's the whistle. In.
No hesitation from Dean. Ran up to take that, sat it down, and took it quickly. Sometimes that can show nerves. Not from Dean, who assisted on the goal for Molly Chapman in the run of play. Puts Walton into the lead in the shootout.
Second frame. Addie Watt with the right. Through. Gets it through and under Niederprum. First goal on the board in the second frame for Harrison.
Well placed by Watt. They're going to have to be precise with these because Niederprum, so quick with her reaction, she'll wait it out and see which way the ball's going to go and expect that she can get there. Not quite fast enough that time.
Ava McMasters, the sophomore, 1 goal on the season, lines it up, and it goes through. Bailey Rouse got a hand on it. It goes through Rouse into the back of the net. Goal on the board for Walton.
Not a well-taken one by McMasters. Didn't get it far enough into the side, but high enough to where Rouse was in her dive and couldn't keep it out.
Shelby Walling up next. For Harrison, couple of steps back, well done. Niederprum gets to her right. Walling sent it in with her right. Goal on the board to Harrison. Into the opposite corner for Shelby Walling. And now it's going to be Molly Chapman, the junior. Chapman. In.
3-2, Walton leads.
Low and to Bailey Rouse's right into the back of the net. Advantage stays with Walton.
Excellent from Chapman. Really good all night. And now Aaron Houston steps up for Harrison.
Let's see what Aaron Houston has in mind. Quick steps back, quick through and in.
Just enough of a hesitation to make Niederprum go to her left. Houston put it into the other side. Walton needs this one to maintain their advantage.
Angelina Norbahesh, the sophomore now. She lines it up, waits for the whistle, gets the whistle with the right. Saved! Rouse goes to her left, keeps it out of the net, and we are back to even numbers.
We're into the 5th round as well. Essentially sudden death from here. Rouse with the big left hand. Norbahesh didn't get it far enough into the side, going to her right.
Next up, number 22, Rowan Gross.
Rowan Gross. Next up for Harrison. Misses! And that will take us to the bottom of the frame. 4-4, bottom of the 5th. This goes in. Walton wins.
Niederprum made a save on that last one. Gross didn't hit it well. Niederprum was able to push it wide. Walton can win with this.
And they do! Emma Graham, the game winner in penalties, and the top-ranked team in the country is knocked out in penalties. 5-4 your final.
Great job by these Walton Raiders. At times outplayed by Harrison. We know how good this Hoya team is. They've beaten Walton so far this season narrowly. This time Walton has to take it all the way to penalties, but 4 for 5 on penalties. One save from Rouse, but when Graham needed to make the play at the end, absolute ice, perfectly placed, and Walton gets the rivalry win.
That is the girls' version of the Soccer Down Here Matches of the Week from Raider Valley. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the SDH app and soccerdownhere.net. Coming up in just a little bit, it's the boys' broadcast against the top-ranked team in the country. What can Walton do for an encore? We'll find out. It's a separate broadcast. You'll have to log back into the app and on the web. For Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson. Top-ranked team in the country goes down in penalties. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Game of the Week.